I'm Christopher Hein. Today we're going to talk about my third Kumi Joe. So this is my third form. It is ridiculously similar to Saito Sensei's 10th form. And again, all of my forms are based on Saito Sensei's. I think he did an excellent job in compiling them and the stuff that's in there. It's just I use a different ordering and I talk about things differently. There's some things specifically that I stress that Saito Sensei says is not a big deal, and some things Saito Sensei says is a big deal that I don't. Hopefully I'll explain everything into why I've made those choices, but that's basically it. So we're going to go over my third Kumi Joe today. I'm going to get Josh out here. We're going to go to work. Josh. All right, so right now we're going to talk about the third Kumi Joe that I teach, and this is just about the same as Saito Sensei's 10th Kumi Joe. This is the last of the Kumi Joe that are regular weapon stance to regular weapon stance. After this, we're going to go to a benign stance, right, like a Joe Kamai. So like if you're just chilling out and someone attacked you. So this is the last of the heads up. And honestly, we probably have most all of the stuff you're going to do weapon-on-weapon interaction covered in this. So a big chunk of the syllabus is contained in these three, and a big chunk of the tactics are contained in these big three. Okay, so in this one, unlike the other ones, we are in Ski Kamai for Josh and Kin Kamai for me. And we are in distance for Josh to step in and hit me, okay? Now understand this is a really bad distance for me, because while it is still possible to hit Josh, I'm not really hitting him ideally, and he's in his perfect range to hit me, so he's got a little bit of an advantage in this stance. Also, I'm going to be clumsy dealing with the weapon like this. It's not going to be as good. So when Josh attacks me, I have to have some way to transition this. So I'm going to transition from a Kin Kamai essentially into a Ski Kamai, right? So I'm going from a narrow grip to a wide grip as I do this, because the wide grip is going to be better for me in close. So as Josh comes in, I use the back side here to defend. So I'm pushing that away. Then I want to get my weapon in use, right? So now if I wanted to stab Josh, while I could stab him over here, I'm going to pull it all the way around and reset it to stab here. Now this again could be spear theory if you're looking at the spear tip. As I get here and defend, I want to turn it back over so I can reuse my spear tip. So we're going to go through this full set here. So as I'm here like this, I knock this aside, I spin it over, and I'm ready to use it. Now as I'm getting ready to use it, Josh comes in again, so I step again and I defend this, right? And I'm pushing it away. Now as Josh comes this next time, all the slack's going to be gone. We've gone to a narrow stance. I'm here at his elbow, so controlling, this is a basic Ikkyo. I'm going to roll over the top. I'm going to come back and get him this way. Okay, let's switch sides here and we'll talk about the rest of it. Okay, so what's happening here is we're at a close position and Josh is in a more favorable position than I am. So my first thought is I got to get out of this distance and I'm going to back up, right? So I want to make distance for myself. Now, when Josh sees me make distance for himself, he does what we do in a lot of the forms, which is transition Jodan Gai Shiuchi. Bang, right? So now he's set up for that. Okay, and he manages to do that faster than I can get my weapon around the way I want it, right? So I'm not going to be in the ideal position yet, so I'm about here, and right when he comes in, I'm in a bad way. Now, if I had got it over faster, I could just go into first form, right? So understand that if we're here, and I got over faster, I could go here right into first form, okay? But I'm kind of in the interim here, and he comes in again, so I use the back side again, boom, to defend myself, okay? Now, he's coming in on me, so I'm going to eat up all the slack. So I'm going to take away his Kin Kamai advantage by crowding him. So here, when I push it away, I'm coming in at this guy, right? And then as I do that, I'm scared he's going to hit me, right? So if he comes and makes a little bit of room, he could hit high or low, right? And he can do all kinds of stuff. So what I'm going to do is, right after I do that, I'm going to track him down. I take a hold of that elbow, right? And that gives me control, so now it's hard for him to hit me. Now, as he continues through, I come down, I catch his neck, I apply pressure from the back end here, and that squeezes his neck, and then I can drive him back for a kokyu nage, right? So I get a choke and a kokyu nage. But what we're seeing in this form is a lot of changing in distance and how we change our ideals, right? So this is teaching us how to transition short to long and long to short, right? So Josh, and we've been working with this a lot in the forms, is understanding the same concept that if I get really far back, he should transition into a long attack stance, okay? I, seeing that and getting caught unaware, decide to start transitioning into a closer stance, right? So while we're in the middle of all that, I go here and boom, okay? And now as he comes around one more time in the long stance still, I crowd him even more, right? And this is eliminating a lot of the advantage he has with the weapon in that position. I come back here, boom, I choke and I drop off. This is my third form. If you take 1, 2, and 3, they all play really, really nicely together. I can show you how they all link up, and in fact, in the next set of videos, I will show you how they all link up. But these 3 are really, really valuable. This is from Saito Sensei's 8, 9, and 10. So I think what he tacked on the end is a real interesting set to tack onto the beginning for mine. So that's my third Kumi Joe. This is Joshua T. I'm Christopher Hein. My salon begins behind that camera right there. We'll see you guys in a future video.